right, and we are back with another episode, and joining me today is Alexis Taylor. How's it going?
Going good. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time today.
Of course.
Awesome. So for starters, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from.
Yeah, so I was born in Huntsville, Ontario, and I grew up in a very musical family. And so music was just always kind of something me and my family did. I would sing in church as a kid and at my high school in Huntsville. And yeah, just I guess kept going since then.
Nice. And you're from Ontario. Did you move to Nashville? Is that correct?
I go back and forth between Nashville, yeah.
Okay. What's your experience been like in Nashville?
It's been amazing. I love Nashville. It's such an incredibly talented city, and everyone is just super nice here and super sweet. And just, yeah, there's just so much talent. It's incredible.
What's your favorite thing about
My
this?
favorite thing, like what? Like to do in Nashville or
Yeah.
to see, or
What's your favorite thing to do in Nashville?
probably just go out and watch my friends play. Like there's just no shortage of great music, but to be able to go and sit at a writer's round and just hear my friends play, hear new music. It's always really cool to do that, especially because I love songwriting. So hearing brand new music is great.
Awesome. And so for someone who hasn't heard your music before, how would you describe your sound?
Um, I would probably describe it more or less like Carrie Underwood meets like Shania Twain meets like Miranda Lambert, kind of.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right. And all right. So you just released your new EP,
Yes.
Ain't No Quittin You. Tell us a little bit about it and how it all came together.
Yeah. So I worked with John Willis in Nashville to record this album. And basically, it's my first EP album. And it's got 5 songs on it that I wrote myself. And it's a lot different, I think, than some of my recent releases, because a lot of my recent releases were singles and they were more like up tempo, like, just more radio friendly, more, I guess, pop driven, because I wanted to get them on the radio as soon as possible. And my EP album, because it's an album, I picked a few of my favorites that I want to go to radio, but it's more, I think, showcasing my songwriting side and the slower songs that I've written, the songs that radio might not play, but songs that I still really enjoy, and just songs that I loved writing.
Awesome. And obviously available on all platforms.
Yep, yep.
Awesome. And what's your favorite song on the EP and why?
Probably Don't Call Me. And I think I like it as much as I do because of just like that old country feel to it. I grew up listening to country music, and just the instrumentation of it and the production of it just sounds like something you would hear in the 90s, I guess, or maybe even 80s, when it comes to just slow ballad country music. Which I know some people are like, oh, that's so boring, but I love country music. And to me, that's what I grew up listening to. So I think that's why it's one of my favorite songs on the album.
Okay. And where would you say you find most of your inspiration from for songwriting?
Probably relationships gone wrong.
Usually how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like listening to other people's experiences and their stories and stuff, that also really inspires me. Because to me, songwriting is almost like a short story with music. So if I can capture someone else's experience or share their story or perspective on something, I just think that's what music's for. So being able to share those stories and experiences with other people, that's really kind of what I draw my inspiration off of, is other people.
Sure. Okay. And Do you do? So I know you wrote this EP yourself. Do you do
Yeah.
a lot of co-writing still?
Yeah, I do. I haven't really as recently just because I've been so busy with this album. But yeah, I've got quite a few friends in Nashville that I co-write with, a few friends in Canada too that I co-write with. And yeah, it's always interesting writing with other people because you end up coming up with songs that it's like, oh, I would have never thought of that.
Right.
But that's why it's so great.
Absolutely. And what would you say? I always want to try and get the weird stuff out of people. What would you say has been the weirdest, most awkward way you've ever come up with a song? Has there been like a
Mm,
weird moment where you're writing with someone and something happens and you guys are like, that's a song?
it was mainly with myself, actually. It wasn't like a co-write or anything. It's a kind of a funny story. So my ex-boyfriend got engaged, I think four months after we broke up
Wow.
to someone else. And so to put it nicely, I was talking with my roommates about it, and I just thought, like, oh, poor girl. But I guess, one girl's trash is another girl's treasure. And so I was like, that's actually not a bad song idea. So I I had a show later on that night, and I ended up driving to the show. It was like 4 hours away or something. And while I was driving to the show, I had the song idea and everything. I had my phone with me. And so I just had my voice memos and I was singing into it. And I just was like, that's not a bad idea at all. And then by the time my drive was over, I had written pretty much the entire thing.
Wow.
So it was really cool. But yeah, it was interesting how it came up. I definitely never really intended to write anything from that.
Yeah.
But I just thought that's not a bad song idea. Let's just roll with it and see what happens. I had no idea how I was going to write it, but
Yeah. You never know.
yeah,
Never know
yeah.
some of them. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So I noticed you have like your new EP up on like YouTube and stuff like that. Can we expect any music videos coming soon for any of the songs?
Well, I actually just finished filming the video for Ain't No Quitting You last night. So I'm super excited, and it's gonna be like, I released a video for Just One Look and I released a video for Cool With That beforehand. But I think this is the one that I'm most excited about because we've got so many different elements to the video. And I had some friends of mine help me out with it, and a friend of mine that's filming it. And it was just really cool to just work with the people that I was working with and just come up with something that was so much better than I pictured when I started looking into different ideas for different scenes and stuff for the music video. So I'm super excited.
Awesome. When can we possibly expect that?
Probably middle of August, end of August, sometime around there.
Okay, awesome. All right. And what would you say has been the best advice that you've been given in your career so far?
Probably, I would have to say, just keep on dreaming and keep on doing what you're doing and just don't quit. I mean, I had a friend this morning who even messaged me, and he just told me, he was like, I don't know why I'm supposed to tell you this, but I was just listening to some of your music and I just wanted to tell you, don't give up. And I think that is the most valuable advice I have gotten, because the music industry is tough sometimes. Like,
Absolutely.
you don't necessarily hear a lot of yeses. You hear more no's, and it can be discouraging. So I think just not giving up and just staying true to who you are, believing in yourself, believing in the dream that you have.
Absolutely. I know you saying like you get a lot of no's, like it's happened on my end too, and I'll never take it as like an act, like a permanent no.
Yeah.
As a not right now kind of thing.
That's great. Yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like and that just goes along with just not giving up, right? Patience was another one I think I was told.
Hmm.
Nothing happens overnight. So it's kind of
Yeah.
similar stuff. So awesome. Any shows lined up that people can expect? Or
Yeah, I've got quite a few shows already in September and October, but I'm actually going to be taking a few weeks off this August. So not too much in August, but definitely more stuff in like September, October, November too.
okay, nice. Where do you mostly play? Do you play a lot in Nashville as well?
Yeah, I'm playing a few shows in Nashville and then Kentucky, and then I'm playing a show in Canada, in Ontario, actually in my hometown. So that's exciting in August. And then September, I'll be, I think, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and all over.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Other than like the release of your new EP, what else is next for you?
Well, I'm already planning on trying to do more music videos for the EP album. So, trying to do videos for that as well as some acoustic versions of those songs. So, I'm really looking forward to that. And then also, I already kind of have my next single in my mind of what I'm going to release next and possibly Christmas music. I've just got too much going on in my head, all these plans. So,
Uh,
lots of stuff coming up.
What can you tell us anything about the new single that you have in mind?
So I wrote a Christmas song called It's Just Not Christmas Without You. And I'll probably record it here in Nashville. I've already got, plans to go back in the studio in September and hopefully release that for Christmas. And then after that, I'm hoping to release a brand new song that I've written called Hey Arkansas. So hopefully those are the two new singles that'll be on the horizon in the future. But yeah, super excited.
Lots on the go. I love it. Great.
Always.
Awesome. And all right, last thing, for those who don't know, where can people find you on social media, website?
Pretty much anywhere, any sort of social media platform, I'm probably on it. So it's just Alexis Taylor Music on Instagram, Facebook, and then I think Twitter is Miss Taylor Music because someone took my name. So yeah.
Okay, great. All right, guys, go grab her new EP, Ain't No Quittin' You. And Alexis, thank you so much for taking the time today. And let's
Thank you so much for having me.
yeah, absolutely. Let's keep in touch. And I look forward to seeing these music videos and especially the acoustic ones. I love acoustic videos.
Yes, my favorite.
Yes. So awesome. Let's keep in touch and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you again.
You bet. Talk soon.
See ya.